how can the 86-year-olds still remember that?
Wow, there you go. Something tells me back in the day that's the way it used to be, right?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I think you could use that.
Oh, gee, Red Carlson's gonna use that.
Christ, I hope you got lots of battery power if you're waiting for something that's printable from George.
Well, you know why George is still playing?
No.
Because he got a couple of 70-year-old bodyguards out there.
Is that right?
Big too.
Big guys?
That's one of them
He's
right
one
there.
of them?
Oh yeah.
6 foot.
So anybody fires the puck too hard, he gets in the grill or what?
That's
Well,
right.
he just takes them out, eh?
Just the
White City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Money bag, Tom.
Yeah,
Give that to Tom, will you? Please, sir.
you got to deal with us.
I might steal some.
we got 11 guys over 80 still playing.
Is that right?
This morning, yeah.
30,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
37 over 70.
On our list, yeah.
37 over 7.
We got,
Oh, yeah.
we got about must be 6 or 7 on the disabled list right now.
Well,
Yeah, they're down in
I guess
Florida.
that'll
They're-
happen when you're over 70 and 80 a little bit.
That's right, right.
They're down in Florida playing golf. Yeah, they're
Is that
disabled.
right?
Exactly. And Rick plays like he's over 80.
It's funny, I play on a beer league team and
Hockey.
And now we are there.
now you're
I
there.
learned more about hockey from that old fella.
Isn't that something, eh?
Yeah. And now we are there.
That's good to see.
You bet. And we're just like pilots in the cockpit. We got to do a checklist of how we put our equipment on.
Yeah, that's it. Don't forget anything.
Although one guy gets dressed and then everybody follows him.
Well, most of us got our stuff numbered, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we don't want to lock the cockpit door.
There you go, tape it up, eh?
Oh, well, I caught my finger in a garage door.
Oh.
2 panels.
That's what they all say.
So, yeah, I got to tape up my finger so I can keep the,
That's what they all say.
no, that's what I did. I caught it in between
No, we
two
know
door
that. We
panels.
know that. And just like George said, what the hell are you doing there?
What can you do, right?
Come on, old man, give me a hand.
Yes, stop.
Oh, wait, pull it back up.
Up. Okay.
The old guy still has to help the young fellas out.
You might have to give him a hand.
Oh, yeah, in a minute. Yeah, take turns. I'll be running.
Okay. It's half the work. Get the rest.
It's like riding a bike, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're tired by the time you look at it. You done it
There.
all by myself.
Perfect. Okay.
We were telling your history that you used to be a forward. You goalie, you going into goal.
Oh,
I mean, you turned out, you can almost skate now.
So George, you know what? I'm gonna stand on this side. I'm gonna ask you not to move around too much, but you got a couple inches either way. I'm just got you framed up that way, okay?
Sure.
So look at me as though I'm standing right beside this light.
Yep.
Over here.
Okay.
That's perfect, just like that. Okay, let's get this going here. So first question's real easy. First and last name and just the correct spelling, if you don't mind.
George Carlson.
Okay.
Carlson.
Okay, perfect. And you're 86, is it?
I'll be 86 next month.
86 next month.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And so, how many years have you been playing in net then?
Well, it's been 15, I guess, Norm, eh?
15 years.
Yeah.
So it wasn't something you did as a kid and then you just kept going. There's a
No,
bit,
it's
there's
not
a
a-
bit of story behind it.
Not really. I grew up on the farm for the first few years of my life. We played in the sloughs, you know, so back and forth and everything like that. But there was no controlled hockey or anything like that in those days. Eh? That was back in the 40s. Yeah.
So, I mean, at 85, I guess now, and to be playing at this age, what's the secret? I mean, I think a lot of people probably watch this and be thinking, like, 85 years old, how are you still on the ice, let alone playing in net? But, I mean, obviously you're doing something right.
Well, I retired off the railroad after 38 years, and my wife was still working at the time, and she said, "You're getting to be a nuisance around the house." So she said, "Do something, eh?" So I run into one of our managers of the old team, the old Falcons, John Armitage, and he said, "You're a pretty good skater." He says, "You want to try on a hockey team?" I said, "I haven't played hockey for 30 years, eh?" And he said, that's fine, eh?" And Norm Pond will tell you that Norm Pond, incidentally, was my goal coach, and thank heaven for that. Everything I was doing was wrong, of course. And he straightened me up, and I got to like it, eh? And at the time, we didn't have too many goaltenders, and nobody wanted to play in the goal. And so they said, well, I was a forward before that. They said, well, do you want to stay in goal? I said, well, I'll try it for a year, you know, just not too long. And it just kind of fitted in. I liked it. Well, nice bunch of people, I'll tell you. Obviously, the older you get, the more range you're supposed to produce, you know. And anyway, it never met a sour apple on our roster, on our team, eh? And a real nice bunch of guys to play with.
What's it like being out here with a bunch of 70-year-olds and 80-year-olds? I mean, this reminds me of that movie Cocoon. You know, you guys have the fountain of youth or something. I mean, you're still out there. I mean, that speaks to just, you know, if you want to stay active, you can. I guess that's the kind of the message.
I used the theory of Goya. Have you ever heard of Goya?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know what's the theory.
Get off your ass, you know. I like, and and I applied that principle, and after that it was a piece of cake. And when you're doing something you like, it's hard work, but it's fun, eh? You know. And so I kind of stuck with it.
I was talking to Bruce, and he even told me it's been a couple of scary moments out here. Apparently, like, you've had a couple of heart attacks on the ice too. Is that?
Well, that wasn't scary for me. It was scary for the guys. I wasn't around. I was out of it, eh? You know. So we had Flanagan and Hamilton, two city firemen, on the team, and they just jumped on me right away and started pumping me and everything. And that was in 2000, and I had an operation, and they put a new aorta in, and 4 years after that, my mitral valves went, eh? So I had another open heart. So that was two of them, eh? And
That isn't going to stop you.
nothing, you know, like, I think it's a mind thing, you know, and if you let it bother you, I know a couple, 3 guys on our team, they've had minor heart attacks, and they just said, no, I'm not coming back. That skating is killing me. It wasn't. It was their own thinking, I think, you know, so.
So how long is this going to go? How long are you going to keep strapping on the pads, so to speak?
Well, I think morning, Steve. I think I'll let it go. I'll try it for 2 or 3 more years, and if I get too old, then, you know, I may hang up the pads.
If you get too old, because you're not too old already, right?
Not yet. No, I think that's secret. Just you put your mind in order, and after that, it's pretty easy. Eh? When it gets to be a chore or something hard to do, especially hockey, it's a physical game too, and so if you're not on top of it, that you shouldn't be out there. Eh?
Is playing in net tough on the body at all, or at your age, or is it your bodily handling?
Apparently, my doctor said, do what you do. He says, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing the right thing, eh? So but it's like I say, Norm Pond there, he guided me, and he said it's all about a small theory about learning and attitude and everything like that. And I think it's true, you know. So.
Awesome. That's it, George. That's awesome.
Okay.
Good job. I won't hold you any longer.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Where do you send all the checks?
you never know where the address is. We'll send them. We don't have any more checks at CBC. Awesome. Well, that's great. It's great to talk to you. Okay. Here's your sticks. Awesome. That was great. Same kind of drill. First question is real easy. I just need your first and last name, if I could, and correct spelling. Anytime.
First name is Norman Pond.
Okay.
Normanpon.
Okay, perfect. And Norman, you're usually out there on blades, right?
I'm on blades twice a week.
Twice a week. And how old are you?
I'll be 84 this October.
Oh, almost catching up to George then.
Catching up pretty fast.
And Norman, are you one of the organizers? Is that kind of?
Yes, I was one of the original organizers for the different team. It was called the Senior Falcons. I was the president. Then we formed the Golden Eagles under Charlie McKean. Now, Charlie McKean is Scott McKean's father.
Oh,
that's
Scott
on the
McKean
council.
Yeah, it's on council.
And we call them the Charlie Angels.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, he passed away, so we reformed a team and we call them the Golden Eagles.
Wow. And how long these group of guys? I'm sure there's guys that come and go and what have you, but how long have a lot of these guys been playing together or been on the ice together?
At least 15 years. Yeah. Started at 62 and some of them are 85.
And this is a weekly thing for you guys, right?
This is 3 times a week, starting in March or in October and ends in March, end of March.
So what you were talking about numbers earlier on? There's some guys who are over 70. There's some guys who are over 80. I mean,
yes.
How many of each? What are we looking at here?
We have about 44 players, and about 19 to 22 players come out per game. A lot of them will come out a couple of times, then they go on holiday for a couple of months. But we keep an average about 20 to 25 players per game. Then we all go for coffee at McDonald's and tell them how good we are and how much our wife wants us to be away from home.
Yeah, exactly. Not everybody has the ability to be still playing hockey on ice at 70 or 80 years old, but you guys, somehow you found a way to do it. What's the key? What would you say is the secret, or is there even one?
I think keep it going. We have people that have double bypasses, triple bypasses, knee operations. I'm a cancer survivor. I've got 3 discs out. I've got a face that's taken off, broken nose, broken cheek from playing hockey. Still played hockey. It's got
to be a love for the game.
I love the game, the fun of the game, and the camaraderie.
That's a big part of it, isn't it?
That's a big part of it.
I was in the dressing room and George was, getting ribbed by a couple of guys. But it wouldn't be the same if that wasn't going on, would it?
That's right. Everybody ribs everybody else. We have a lot of fun, and it gets pretty funny out there. It gets very competitive. There's a little bumping. There's a little pushing. There's a few tempers going.
It wouldn't be hockey if that didn't happen.
It wouldn't be hockey, even if it's the old timers.
Maybe how about George? He sure sounds like a character. And,
he is a character.
what a story. I mean, to have a heart attack on the ice twice. And to be
I
saved.
was there. He actually died. He came over to the thingamajig and said, I'm having a heart problem. He went back and played. He played one period. He fell down. The firemen were lucky they were next door. They resuscitated him. The EMT came and they put the paddles on him as he was leaving the game. They still couldn't get him. He was actually gone. Later on, he saw him at the hospital. He told me he had a pig valve put in, and that's what he came back and played.
Isn't that
Amazing.
something? And he's still going. I mean,
And
you
he's
said
still going.
He's going to be 87, I think, next
Yeah.
month.
And he's pretty good. He's a little stiff at the beginning, but later on he'll go down, he'll lay down and stop the pucks. He's really
Wow.
good.
That's a great story. I mean, and I mean, yeah, you talk about camaraderie. The gentleman who just showed up, he's suffering from is it
Steve,
brain
yes.
cancer.
Yes.
I mean, you can tell in the way the guys are coming and meeting him that
Yeah.
the guys genuinely care about each other. out
Yes,
there, right?
they do.
I mean, you are reaching that age where these kind of things are happening. But,
They are
I
happening
guess
constantly.
I guess you got to support each other, right?
Yeah, constantly happening. The health goes down, but the heart is there.
And you never stop caring.
Never stop caring.
And what's the story with that gentleman? He plays with you guys, and he's suffering from leukemia, or is it?
He started a couple of years ago, but he had health problems prior to that, and it kept coming back, but he still kept playing. Finally, he had to go back for some more medical treatment, and that just happened recently.
Does that? This lady's just trying to come up. You can come on. Come on. Go ahead, no problem. Like I was just talking about how all the guys came off the ice. I mean, has it always been like that? The guys are really tight like that, and they really
Yes.
care for each other.
Yes, they do. Yeah. They are very close. We've had guys that had heart attacks at McDonald's, and the guy drove them to the hospital. They go up and see him, they talk to him, they meet him, talk to their wives. Yes, they're very close.
Close knit bunch.
Very close-knit bunch.
Perfect. Norman, I think that's great. Anytime.
Okay.
First and the last. George is common spelling, and what's the last name, George?
Myron, M-Y-R-E-N,
And how old are you?
81.
81. Okay.
Actually, I looked at the thermometer, I'm 27 Celsius.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And how many years have you been coming out here?
About 6 years.
6 years now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I talked to Norman and I talked to George as well. Just what, you know, at 81, most people would be thinking there's no way I'd be on the ice, or, you know, I don't want to slip and fall or hurt my hip. But, you know what, you guys all seem to have this common denominator of just, you know, having a love for the game, and it's not
We
gonna stop you.
love hockey. I'm originally from Viking, and Clem Laughlin, the guy that owned the hotel, at one time was the manager of the Chicago Blackhawks. I grew up with the Sutters, or their parents, and hockey was one of the great sports around Viking. I used to rodeo before that, so I never played hockey like with the Gas Kings or anything. I was in the States most of the time. But when I retired from rodeo, I took up music, and from that into hockey, but we're still playing music also.
Gets a little rough, eh?
Oh, it's fun. Yeah.
I mean, the guys here, obviously there's a respect for each other, but I mean, it's hockey. It's, I've seen some guys fall down. I mean, did you ever worry about getting hurt out here or anything like that?
Never crosses your mind. No, we're just like a family, and on the ice we're very competitive, but afterwards we go for coffee or whatever, and we're all sit together. It's not a knock them down, drag them out, and of course no hitting purposely, no slap shots, so it's pretty gentlemanly hockey.
Guys got to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much go to work. But
Well, the older you get, the earlier you rise for some reason. You don't have a reason to have to get up, so you get up early anyway.
I mean, the camaraderie is, it's hard not to notice the camaraderie out
Oh,
there.
it's
Even,
great.
You know, even when the one fella in the wheelchair came out, guys were shaking hands. I mean,
Oh,
guys
yes.
generally care about each other here. I mean, you know, if you guys are in your 70s and 80s, it's, these ailments and things are going to happen. It's just a way of life, isn't it?
It's a way of life. Plus, how else can you don't have to pay to go to a spa. And this is competitive, whereas a spa, you're your own competitor. You know, so you work out as hard as you feel like. Here is you work as hard as the next guy you're competing against, which is a lot harder than natural or just going to a spa. And it's a good rate for the winter, you know. It's cheaper than going to a spa too.
Yeah. Going to the gym, right? What do you guys tell people when people kind of, you know, they must marvel at guys in their 70s, and I think 7 of you over 80 are out there skating. Do you ever think like, my body's aching, I can't make it, or you wouldn't miss this for the World Cup?
I think a lot of us we come with aches and pains, but once you hit the ice, you don't feel them no more. Or they get very minimal anyway. So you just do your job, or try to do your job on the ice.
So 81, I mean, you look at a guy like George, he's going to be 87 next month. You got a couple of years to still catch up to him, huh?
Yeah, we all do. I hope we're all here like that. I think there's 11 of us right now that are over 80 and in the group. And be nice to see everybody, maybe even doing 90. That'd be a record, I think.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And maybe just quickly, what about George? I mean, at 86, so you're going to be 87, he's strapping on the pads still. To look at him and to talk to him, you wouldn't guess this guy's going to be 87 next month. I mean, do you guys marvel at this guy a little bit?
He's in his second childhood. He's also the dressing room humorist. So he's like an asset to the team just to be around. He has a great outlook on life. And that's what most all of us have.
I was just going to say, that's going to be the key, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably the key, and he sets an example for all of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Excellent. It's like the play hasn't been down here. I can't get a shot at George making a save. Over here. Oh, it's going.
You might get one now.
Here we go.
Get one now. Oh, George. Very lucky, George.
You want to come to bed?
Yeah.
Place I haven't played as you, dog.
Sure, sounds good. I'll try to duck it.
Somebody.